What's good, people? It is Tony the Savant. And before we get started, please like the video, share this video, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel. As well, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel as I drop content daily, go live daily, stay very busy on the platform. And last but not least, please leave y'all's thoughts and opinions in the comment section, as I'm always intrigued to hear what you all have to say about these topics. And ladies and gentlemen and ladies, do I got a story for y'all, man. Because this is why I got into the media game. You know, I got a bit of a background in media, did a little bit of camera work in my heyday, blogged for a few, businesses, freelance work. But I really wanted to jump into this water and do like a multimedia thing because of people like Christine Brennan. All right. Let me make sure that's this chick's name, man. As you can see in the visual, because this lady is downright despicable, in my opinion. Now, you may feel a different way because how she's spinning this story, she is spinning it in a way to make herself the victim. But Christine Brennan, all right, by not just the WNBA players, not just by the WNBA and the WNBA, which is the Women's National Basketball Players Association, which is like the union for the players. You know what I mean? These are the people that negotiate the media rights, all that kind of stuff. Not just them, not just the union for these players, not just the players themselves, but even Caitlin Clark herself has dodged this deranged lady, man, and she has completely jumped onto the Caitlin Clark fanboy wave. And when I say this stuff, man, I'm trying to be as diplomatic as I possibly can, because when I tell y'all this stuff, this is censored Tony. All right, this is at work Tony. All right, this is how I talk to my coworkers. How I want to say this stuff is I think it would drive the nail home a little bit better if I could really take the cap off, if you will. Because what this lady is doing, man, again, it's just downright nasty, and it's not media work at all. Although she's going to spin it. If you look at this lady and you hear her talk and you hear her try to defend herself, she spins things as if she is the victim, as if she's actually doing media work. But nonetheless, as you can see in the title, WNBA players want this chick banned. They don't want to talk to her no more. They're asking and begging the WNBA to revoke her credentials because she is doing a disservice to the game of women's basketball. As she had an interview after that, the infamous game where Dejanay Carrington went for a block on Caitlin Clark and poked her in the eye. I mean, I'm sure if you haven't seen the clip or if you didn't watch the game yourself, you probably heard about it at this point. It was a viral moment. And in the post-game interview, she was in the crowd and asked Dejanay, did she do it on purpose? Now, y'all may have not heard about that part, but that moment went semi-viral because basically she asked Dejanay, did you do it on purpose? Dejanay kind of, she was thrown off by the question. She said no. And then this lady doubles down, was like, are you sure? And I'm just like, and I know it's not a big thing, but when you find out, I'm gonna reveal more to y'all. What I find despicable about that is that, what do you expect this lady to say? Dejanay, let's just say she did do it on purpose. It would be smart for her to say, at least lie and say she didn't do it on purpose, right? Because then you don't want that reputation of being a dirty player and all that kind of stuff. But even if I think she genuinely didn't do it on purpose, although, people look at it and get their own spin of it. I don't know if she did it on purpose or not, but she said she didn't. I'm going to say it like that. I'm just going to take it at face value. And Caitlin Clark herself said that she don't feel like Dejanay did it on purpose. But this lady here, it just keeps on egging it on because she has gained a reputation for only asking WNBA players about Caitlin Clark. And this is why they want her credentials revoked, because she is doing what I think is the greatest disservice in sports. When you get hung up on one player, like what's the cat name? Brian Windhorst, how he only talks about LeBron James. I mean, not so much now. Brian Windhorst has gotten a job at ESPN, so he's forced to talk about other players. But this lady, again, she's just running around to a WNBA game. She's just running around to WNBA games, asking these ladies about Caitlin Clark, and there's no problem about that, right? There's no problem with asking about the most popular player in the league, arguably right now. But she's asking them about Caitlin Clark and not asking them about them, which I feel like is a disservice if you're a media member. Arguably, the worst thing you can do, because now you come into the table with an agenda. And it's not just these WNBA players. And like I said, it's not just them. It's not just the union for the WNBA players. It's not just Caitlin Clark. It's also other fellow reporters who have noticed this lady is doing nasty work. And the only way I don't know how she keeps getting the job. I don't know, you know what I mean? Because one reporter even said that she did this with Tiger Woods. They said that she covered golf and she would only talk about Tiger Woods. And he felt like she was doing the 100+ years of golf history a disservice because she just made everything about Tiger Woods. And now she's repeating, she's doing that same formula with Caitlin Clark. And I'm a huge fan of Caitlin Clark. You know what I mean? I got a number of Caitlin Clark videos, but I also cover the Washington Mystics and Aaliyah Edwards and those gals. Also, I cover Arika Agumbale of the Dallas Wings and Asia Wilson of the Las Vegas Aces. I'm covering the WNBA, and there's no doubt about it that Caitlin Clark is the biggest story in the WNBA. But we got to give, you know what I mean? As a media person, you got to be able to be diverse enough to talk about the entire landscape of what's going on in the WNBA, because it's not just Caitlin Clark. They will lead you to believe that. But the Las Vegas Aces have sold out many of arenas. The New York Liberty keeps selling out the Barclays Arena. Chicago Sky. Now, we didn't have as many. I'm a Chicago Sky fan. We didn't have as many sellout arena games as we should have, or I guess we could have, or whatever. But sales was up 300%. Jersey sales was up 100%, amongst other things. And that should be noted. That should be docked if you're talking about the progress that not just Caitlin Clark is making, but the WNBA is making as a whole. But I really got a problem with people like this because it's just nasty, man. It's just agenda-driven reporting, which is not journalism. It is not. It's not, man. And that's why I had to get in the game, because I got tired of the Nick Wrights of the world, the Shannon Sharps of the world. And I'm talking about the La Media. I'm strictly talking about the La Media right now. But all these dudes that get on the mic and they tell you blatant lies about how this particular player is greater than sliced bread, greatest thing since sliced bread. And then when you do your own research, it's like, nah, I don't know, man. I don't know, and if you're a journalist, you shouldn't have an agenda. You should just be providing people with information. But at the same time, yeah. And now the WNBA players are so fed up with this that after the elimination game between the Connecticut Sun and the Indiana Fever, DeWanna Bonner and this lady get into it. They had got into a little bit of a tussle because the players are fed up. And they're tired of people asking them about Caitlin Clark, but not asking them about them. And you could say that's selfish. You could say that whatever. I don't think it's jealousy. I think it's a little bit more selfish because these women have worked hard themselves to get themselves to the professional ranks, to get themselves in a position where they can provide for themselves and their families. They've worked hard too. It ain't just been the Caitlin Clark show. But it gets to the point where it's like, man, you know what I mean? You keep asking me about somebody else, I would be annoyed. Shout out to my brother, Wildcard Moore. We just got our podcast popping on Mondays. I would be annoyed as hell if every time somebody asked me about our podcast, it would just be like, oh, so what's Wildcard Moore doing? What do Wildcard Moore eat for breakfast? Was you late to the last show on purpose? It's like, what is going on, bro? I can only do it so much. I'll be diplomatic at first, but if you get a whole season, a whole basketball season of this, everybody has their limits. And I think Christine Brennan, as I said before, she's trying to make herself the victim by saying that she is only doing reporting, and she's trying to give a point of view that's beyond Caitlin Clark. I don't know how, if all your questions are surrounding Caitlin Clark. But ladies and gentlemen, I did a little bit more digging. I did a little bit more digging into this lady because I had to really. She's actually been around a long time, apparently. Of course, I just said that she covered Tiger Woods' career. I believe in his entire career. She's an older lady, not disrespectful, but she's got some skin in the game. But um, I had to dig a little bit more. And would you know this lady is writing a book about Caitlin Clark? That's what she's writing, a book about Caitlin Clark, and that's why I call what she's doing agenda driven. Well, you can call it reporting. I don't know if I want to say that word. It's all agenda driven. She's asking these women, trying to nitpick at them and get all these sound bites or maybe these quotes for her book. And it's nasty work because Caitlin Clark has rejected. I don't know. It said that Caitlin Clark has not sat down with her, but how I've seen Caitlin Clark move, she don't really like all this over imposing attention that she's getting, and I like that. I do. I can appreciate that about CC. As popular as she is, she could be soaking this up, and she could be a butthole about it all. But she is literally saying, "I'm good. I just want to play basketball, and I don't mind, the popularity that she's gotten or being acknowledged for her skills. But she don't want to be worshipped and praised because it makes her look bad. All this over glazing that the media does for Caitlin Clark, it only makes her look bad because now if she has a bad game or she makes a mistake or if she expresses an emotion, people are going to jump on that. The people that are naturally going to just hate on her, right? It's always going to be some natural haters, or the people that don't agree with the narrative. They're gonna over blow up everything she does, and she doesn't like that. And I can appreciate, like I said, this is no indictment on Caitlin Clark. This is an indictment on the mainstream media, namely Christine Brennan, because this is not journalism, and this is why I got into the game, man, to provide y'all with an honest, earnest, transparent opinion of sports. Now, of course, there's going to be some of my bias in there. I talk about some of my favorite teams, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, it's my job, how I see it, is to provide y'all with information so y'all ain't got to go reading every article and looking at every stat and all that kind of stuff. That's what I feel my role in all of this is. And of course, I can impart some of my bias on there. If I'm doing a Steph Curry story, I'll bring up that I've been rocking with Steph Curry since his Davidson days. He's one of my favorite players. But if Steph Curry lose or play like trash, oh yeah, he getting that smoke too. It's no worship and no glazing over here. But I think Christine Brennan, she's just a part of that machine, and so much so, she I don't know if this woman is being honest when she says she doesn't feel like she's doing anything wrong, but you're doing something wrong, Miss Christine Brennan, if this ever reaches your ears. But you know what I mean? This is wrong. It's messed up. And I'm glad that multiple people are calling her out. Because if I was just the one doing it, usually how some of these situations go, I feel like I'm the only one calling the mess out. But again, multiple people have called this woman out, and multiple people on multiple fronts, including, I ain't going to say Caitlin Clark called her out, but Caitlin Clark has not sat down with this woman to give her any extra information for her book. And so I think that's why she's doing what she's doing, just running around the WNBA, nitpicking everybody about Caitlin Clark. It's annoying. And why? And if it wasn't, I don't think the WNBPA, the union members, would mind, because I think the president of the WNBA, the WNBPA, I think it's a lady named Terry Jackson, and I believe she's the one that's really leading the way as far as getting this woman credentials revoked. Because, like I say, man, the WNBA is doing good. It's moving forward. It's a beautiful thing that we're getting these high profile rookies to bring attention to the game. And it's like we should be celebrating this. We shouldn't. I agree. I agree that some of the back and forth, some of the mess that's going on is taking away some of the light of the WNBA. It's turning some people off from it. But you got to realize it's not the people that's trying to tone this stuff down. That's the problem. You know what I mean? It's the people that keep flaring up mess, like Christine Brennan. She keeps going around, and like I say, if it wasn't irritating the players, she wouldn't be. They wouldn't mind answering the questions and moving on. But if you constantly asking somebody about somebody else, it's like, bro, go ask her about her. You did. Like, I don't want to keep talking about me personally. I don't want to. That's why I cover 4 sports. You know what I mean? I don't want to keep talking about basketball players or football players or boxers. You know what I mean? I want to kind of diversify my portfolio because I get tired of watching NBA games from time to time. I'll watch all 82 games from all teams, but when the offseason comes, I don't really want to watch no more basketball. You know what I mean? I get tired of talking about one particular thing, although I enjoy it. It's the point of the matter that when you narrow all of this beautiful WNBA history down to just Caitlin Clark, and you're trying to say that she's the reason for all this success, and she's the reason for this, and she's the reason for that. No, there's 28 beautiful years of history that existed before Caitlin Clark even showed up. We just got done with her rookie year. She's got a long way to go, and I'm sure she will take the game to new heights and to the next level. But come on, man. You know what I mean? There's no way you can talk about the WNBA and not talk about the legends of old. Not just that. Talk about the women that's doing their thing right now. Asia Wilson, Breanna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu having a breakout year, really solidifying herself as a superstar. And I've always told people, if you really want a Caitlin Clark, if you want that, what can I say? If you want to see what Caitlin Clark, what she can be, if you want a glimpse of what she can be right now, you could cheer for Sabrina Ionescu. She's exactly that. A lethal three-point shooter, a prolific passer, a leader. You know what I mean? She's everything that Caitlin Clark is going to be, but so many people get on this dang on idol worship, man. That's all it seems to me. It's idol worship, and it's nasty work, and it's no place in sports for these kind of deranged people. Me personally, I'm tired of them. I'm tired. Like, if every Caitlin Clark supporter and fan that's not a fan of the game just went away, I wouldn't have to waste time doing these kind of videos. You feel me? Like these deranged people, they come into sports, my home, and they disrespecting it, and I can't allow it. I can't allow it. It was a lady on Twitter, man. I'm over here talking on Twitter with some people, and we talking just Caitlin Clark. Like, okay, yeah, we're talking stats, skills, that stuff. She comes out of nowhere on the Twitter thread, talking about I'm deranged like Trump. I'm like, man, woman, go back on your side of Twitter, bro. Go back over there on the political side, because sports ain't. It's no place for politics in sports, really. Every time they try to mix politics and sports, gets less and less popular amongst sports fans. If you need an example, go look at the NBA and all the Black Lives Matter and all that crap they were trying to run. They don't do that no more. Because we was talking against it. We was tired of that crap, bro. Like, get out of here with that. If you the kind of person that want to be argumentative and you just got to get your little point across, go over there with the public Republicans and Democrats. They have a good time duking it out. You know what I mean? But over here, sports is supposed to be a unifier. It's supposed to be about winning and about teamwork and about goals and reaching those goals and reaching new heights. Even individualistic sports like boxing and tennis require a team, a coach. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like even if you are the only athlete playing, if you are Serena Williams or Canelo Alvarez, you got a team around you, and y'all understand the concept of a team. Everybody's got to come together for a common goal. That's the beautiful part about sports. That's the beautiful part about being a sports fan, because even if you ain't on the field, if you ain't in the ring, if you ain't on the court, you can still be a part of the team by cheering for your team, your favorite person, woo woo woo. But these people that get up into this idol worship, man, it's nasty work. And like I say, this woman has a history of it. Because I doubt she could tell you anything about golfing. I doubt it. She could tell you about Tiger Woods. And it don't seem to me that she can really talk about the WNBA. Just because she's been promoting propaganda, her own agenda-driven propaganda for all these years. Don't make her a journalist. Don't make her a reporter. But that's why Tony the Savant is here to nip this crap in the bud, and hopefully we can do away with these people. And shout out to the WNBA, shout out to the WNBPA, and even Caitlin Clark, man, for really shunning these kind of entities that find themselves in sports. Because what she's trying to do as well is saying, oh, this is why media people aren't really covering the game, because as soon as y'all get a little popularity, y'all turn y'all backs on them. No. That's not the case. All these women have embraced Caitlin Clark. All these women have embraced the growth of the sport. It's just they're still competitors, one, and they get tired and annoyed with you people, two. And I'm tired and annoyed of you. You know what I'm saying? Go away, please. But that's all I got for y'all on this video, man. Please like the video, share the video, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel as well. If you haven't already, please subscribe as I drop content daily, go live daily, stay busy on the platform. And last but not least, please leave y'all's thoughts and opinions in the comment section. I'm always loving the dialogue that we get to have, whether you agree with me or not. I'd love to have some conversation. Now, if you deranged, you just want to be on the teat of Caitlin Clark, then you might not want to leave your comment in my section, brother or sister, whoever. You might not, because I'm gonna have to check you. We don't do idol worship over here. You can support your favorite athlete. You can cheer for your favorite athlete. You can cheer against your least favorite athlete, as I do against LeBron James. But ain't no idol worship around here. You dig? But I'm Tony the Savant. Peace.